Dear viewers, we are going to continue our discussion on National Education Policy 2020. And the topic for today is NEP 2020 and higher education. I'm Munira, and with me here today is Ms. Preeti Nair, the school counselor of IES. While going through NEP 2020, there are different policies that are given there. I found it interesting to note that NEP 2020 has aligned its objectives with that of UNESCO's SDG 4 to provide inclusive, equitable, quality education for all the children, starting right from the preparatory stage to higher education. It is alarming that 244 million children across the globe have not been to school. And when it comes to India, our country, this reformation was imminent, considering how 47 million children drop out of schools before they complete grade 10, owing to various socio-economic problems. So Preeti, what are some of the reforms that are going to be implemented in relation to higher education in NEP 2020? Can you please tell us about that?
Now, if you are to look at the current scenario, in high school presently, every stream that students choose comprises of very rigid choices. Now, with the multidisciplinary approach that is going to be introduced by NEP, the school students can study any combination of subjects. Now, for example, they can take a few subjects from science, a few from commerce, add fine arts, artificial intelligence, coding, gamification. So they're basically getting a combination both from the multidisciplinary approach and from the vocational courses that they can take up. So what NEP has essentially done is that they have introduced a flexible curriculum that actually combines both multidisciplinary subjects and vocational courses. Now the NEP thereby, they actually propose to break the rigid disciplines. So basically students are getting access to a flexible curriculum to combine these multidisciplinary subjects with the vocational courses. Now the NEP 2020 thereby proposes the breaking down of these rigid boundaries that existed so far between these different disciplines and faculties, and it encourages universities also to offer these multidisciplinary courses that actually allow students to explore various subjects and fields of study. And not only this, the policy also proposes a credit transfer system whereby it is enabling students to, even if they shift institutions, they don't lose their academic credits. So these actually aspect boosts the mobility and promotes academic excellence as well. So NEP 2020 is essentially training our students to be global citizens with skills that match the 21st century requirements, which is skill-based and practical-based.
Oh wow, that's amazing. So finally, children get to choose subjects that they love, right? So a child who has taken humanities can take a subject from the commerce stream or the science stream and a vocational subject as well. So I'm picturizing a class with active learners, right? So they will love what they're learning, and that will be inherently the subjects that they're inherently strong in, right? So that's a really welcome move, right?
Another change that is going to be implemented is regarding their approach to undergraduate studies.
So you mean to say that right now we have these undergraduate 3-year courses where children have to go through the 3-year period of learning, whichever course they have taken. And in case they're not able to complete that, then they have to start all over again. So is that going to change?
It is, for the better. With NEP 2020, you are actually given recognition for every work that you do every year. So isn't that a great initiative?
That surely is.
Yeah. And multidisciplinary undergraduate education approach is also taken up when it comes to undergraduate studies. So what happens here is that students will be given multiple exit options and appropriate certification that is based on their graduation tenure.
So, Preeti, in what way is it going to be implemented? Can you please elaborate on that?
Yes. Well, for instance, a student may decide to leave after the first year of his or her course of study, maybe certain issues that may crop up. Now, the good thing is that they will be able to earn a certificates with the first year of their study. And if they are leaving after their second year, they are going to get an advanced diploma for 2 years of study that they have done. And completing the third year will result in a bachelor's degree, and the fourth year will merit the bachelor's with qualification for further research, which will be a new initiative of NEP. Furthermore, the MPhil that we initially used to have has now been discarded, and students can pursue a PhD.
Yes.
And another aspect of this is going to be internationalization, wherein the government of India has actually walked the extra mile by establishing partnerships with foreign universities and facilitating both student and faculty exchanges. So this policy actually encourages collaboration and partnerships with foreign universities and a single regulatory entity called the Higher Education Commission of India has actually come into effect, which has 4 diverse verticals, and they are checking on the overall aspects of education. So it is heartening to note that we have our first IIT university that has come up in Dubai. And very recently, the CBSE has also signed a memorandum of understanding with 2 foreign universities, the Northeastern University and the Santa Cruz University, where even credit transfer, that is a credit transfer of up to 30 credits, is actually possible. So here the CBSE has actually gained a foothold in the global platform and has proved that our education is on par with that which is given by foreign universities across the world.
So this is really something that we should be proud of.
Yes.
And if implemented well, our education system in India is going to go global. And I'm sure that we'll have more aspirants coming to our universities to get a global education. Listening to you, I was reminded of that quote, that pani ubal raha hai, badlav aayega, right?
Yes.
Yes. Let's hope that NEP 2020 gets implemented as it should be. So, dear viewers, NEP is truly set to revamp the education system in our country in more ways than one, and it is going to be at par with the academic giants, as we say. And if this policy is implemented in the right way with competent teachers, it will help students find the stream they wish to be in early on. On this positive note, we end this week's session on NEP 2020 and higher education. We'll be back to throw more light on NEP 2020 in our upcoming sessions.